Got a huge day on the books today. I think I've got 31 yards scheduled for today. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. It's cold out here, but it's gonna warm up and be actually a really nice day. So I want to take you on with me through the day. I've got a couple things I want to tell you about in this video that are exciting, at least for me. Maybe you'll be excited along as well, but let's get started with this day. I got to get out here even when it's cold because I got to knock out a bunch of yards today. And he didn't write a check, and I was like, well, I thought I asked him to write a check. Well, look, he gave me a $54 tip, and that's just taking care of some stuff that's going to make me more efficient and productive during the day. Go back and try to set the world on fire this afternoon to get all 31 yards done. Dormant, and they think their lawn's dying. You know, why is my grass dead? And we have to explain the difference in dormant and dead. One thing that's sort of a nightmare for lawn care people is when back to the workshop, got lime stacked all over here. There's my blower, chest mount sprayer machine, fired up, ready to go, gassed up, cleaned off. But with right on the machine, I mean, my thumb can press that throttle all day long. Today's video is sponsored by Graham Spray Equipment. You guys know that I roll with Graham Spray Equipment for my spray tank. I'll say this, as far as goes, if you're looking at getting weed control and fertilization, don't call them in March saying I gotta have a rig, you know, tomorrow because I'm really busy. Now they may have some small rigs on the lot, like 200-gallon rigs and stuff like that, and that's fine. But if it was me and I was looking for a spray rig, I'm gonna go ahead and call them now because you might have to get in line. I know they get really busy as the beginning of the year comes around because you're not the only one that's looking for a spray rig. And so I would get on the list, figure out what you want, and if you're looking to upgrade or get started, whatever, go ahead and give them a call or go visit them at grahamse.com. And you can let them know that Jason sent you if that helps. I don't know. Here's my rig, and it's been great for years. First, some exciting news. You guys know that sometimes I talk on here about if customers do stuff that kind of is aggravating because that's just part of the business. And I think you guys can relate to that. But also, I tell people all the time when I'm talking to them, I say the vast majority of my customers are great, or at least not bad. I mean, a lot of them I just don't know them that well, but some of them actually are great. And one of them that I've had for years, and I was talking to him the other day, he wants to prepay for the year, and he said, I'm gonna add on this, fire and control, and can you do my backyard and do all this? And I said, you know, that's fine. So I go talk to him, and on the prepaid customers, I give them a 5% discount. And then if they pay with a credit card, that's 3% more basically that comes off. So I tell them, I said, look, I'm down 8% from the very beginning. So I try to encourage them, if they're prepaying for the whole year, if they would write a check, that would be much appreciated. Well, this guy, he's like, yeah, that's fine. Well, anyway, he pays his bill yesterday, prepay, and he didn't write a check. And I was like, well, I thought I asked him to write a check. Well, look, he gave me a $54 tip, you know, which I think was maybe 10% of his bill. It was like $500-something bill. So when they give you a $54 tip, I'm certainly fine if they want to pay with a credit card. No problem with me. So I just really appreciate that. I had a guy a couple years ago gave me a $100 tip just as like a Christmas bonus. I had another one do that. So the customers, some of them really know that you're out there running a small business, working hard, and they go out of their way to show you that they appreciate you. And of course, that in turn makes me appreciate them. I'm not gonna go try to gouge them on my price and say, oh, I'm going up on them 8% next year. I'm like, listen, if they're taking care of me, I certainly wanna do my part to keep this a mutually beneficial relationship. So I wanna share that positive news with you. I gotta get my mystery smoothie and water loaded up. Already got the lime on the back of the truck, so that's good. I'm slinging lime today. Got my machine a little cold-natured. Sometimes I need to crank in and let it start warming up. And I've got a call I'll tell you about in a little bit, a 10:30 call that I've got to take today. So my day's gonna be a little broken up. Try to come knock out a lot of yards before 10:30, come back for a call at 10:30, and then go back and try to set the world on fire this afternoon to get all 31 yards done. Let's see if we can make it happen. All right, got the first 2 yards knocked out, which was great. one of the things I want to mention about that is this helps the route density. When you got the yards close together, I was able to park my truck at one yard and just ride the machine over to the other yard. That makes a huge difference. The other thing I'm thinking about right now is, I forget the name of the law, somebody remind me, but there's this idea that you'll get as much done in the given amount that you have for it. So if you've got 31 yards and you got 8 hours to do it, you'll get them done in 8 hours. If I had 10 hours, I would make it last 10 hours. So I know I got to be on that call at 10:30, and so I'm moving a little bit faster. Of course, I'm recording video at the same time, so that's not exactly helping my productivity. But the other thing I was thinking about is just the importance of machinery. I mean, just think, if I was out here push spreading on this yard, I would not probably go as fast. But then two, just about my endurance. You know, unless you're some kind of Olympic decathlon or athlete or something like that, that's going to be out there and just enjoying the daily grind of pushing a push spreader up and down these hills, it's going to wear you out by the end of the day. But with right on a machine, I mean, my thumb can press that throttle all day long. I've just got that much endurance. So it does help productivity and making the day go much better and much more enjoyable for the operator. Let's get on to the next yard. Everything's going great. Big yard. This is yard number 5 on the morning. Sun's coming out. That's great. I think it's going to be a really nice day. Let's knock out this huge yard. All right, it's 9:37 in the morning. I've already got 6 yards done. The weather's warming up, which is great. I've got 4 more in this neighborhood. I've got 2 right here at this stop I can do without moving my truck, and then move my truck and do 2 more. And then I've got to go get on that call. The call is one of a large equipment manufacturer that's considering sponsoring a channel, so that would be great. And just want to present myself well on that. And sometimes that's hard, just for you guys know. Think about it from a YouTube perspective. I mean, I love having sponsors. Grand Spray Equipment, Yard Book are great sponsors and products that I already use. I use the Grand Spray, I use Yard Book for my software. The equipment manufacturer could be great too, but the thing is, like, you only have so many spots for sponsors. I can't have every video be sponsored. I can't come on here and say today's video is sponsored by so-and-so, 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 and so-and-so. You know, I mean, eventually it just kind of gets too much. So you've got limited spots and you want to fill it with quality sponsors with products that that I would love to have and also recommend to you. So that's what I'm trying to do, just being a little transparent there on how that goes. Let's get knocking out these yards. It's 10 o'clock, I've got 10 yards done. Unfortunately, I was unable to reach my ultimate goal for this morning. I've got 2 more in this area I've got to come back and do. So I'm gonna have to backtrack a little bit after my conference call here and then go to another neighborhood where I think I've got something like 19 yards or something in this other neighborhood. Those are mostly little small yards. So that should go pretty fast. So go have my call, eat lunch, come back to these 2 yards, and then go knock out the other neighborhood. Hopefully get it all done by around 4 o'clock this afternoon. We'll see how it goes. All right, it's about 11:30. Just finished up my call with the product manufacturer. That went really well, so we'll see what comes of that. It may take a little time to develop. Came back, ate some lunch, got some more lime loaded on the back of the truck, as you can see here, and I did count. I think I've got 18 more yards to do, so I had a little miscount earlier. And that may sound ridiculous. It's 11:30, can I do 18 yards the rest of the day? It's actually not that big a deal. A bunch of small yards close together, doing lime, it goes pretty fast. So I've got 1 left to do on the other side of town where I was previous this morning. I was able to get 1 more done than I thought, and then I've got 17 in the final neighborhood. But again, really small yards are gonna go super fast. So let's see if we can get them done, get home maybe 4:30. We'll see how it goes. One thing that's sort of a nightmare for lawn care people is when you come out here in October, let's just say, and they got all the Halloween decorations in the yard. I'm trying to work around all that mess. I'm in November now, and you got that kind of awkward time of the year. Great for weather, but let me show you what I'm seeing. You got over here, I don't know if you can even see it, but out in the distance there's a turkey. Over here we've got reindeer, and over here we've got pumpkins out there in the distance. So it's kind of like Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving all mixed together. I'm sure there's somebody that's got all 3 in the same yard. But it's not bad because a lot of times this time of year, the Halloween stuff's already put up and maybe we're a little bit early for the Christmas stuff. So you got a sweet spot where maybe you don't have as many yard decorations to dodge. About 2 o'clock, got 9 more yards to go. Not moving as fast as I was earlier today, but fortunately I get to ride on that machine a lot and it moves the same speed all day long. Let's get to going and see if we can wrap up this day. Couple of points to mention. I want to show you what this grass looks like. This is Bermuda grass. It's mostly what I have in my area. I'm in the Birmingham, Alabama. Where you see here, it's like all these little green stripes. It's kind of like green leopard print almost. And what that is we've gotten some freezing weather, but it's not been a hard enough freeze to turn the entire grass dormant. So you end up with stuff that looks like this. Now with more freezing weather coming soon, I would expect all those green patches to turn tan as well and go dormant. And the other thing about that is, you know, this dormant grass, when it goes dormant, it's not going to turn green again next spring. So that's why people scalp their lawns with the warm season grasses like Bermuda and zoysia lawn. They'll scalp it down because basically what you're doing, you're getting rid of all this dormant grass, and then it lets sunlight get down to the roots, which will bring up new green shoots of grass. So oftentimes when people in the spring, they don't scalp their lawn, then if they leave it shaggy and things like that, then it's going to be slower to turn green the following spring. So that's why people scalp it. You see people even burn their lawns, you know, but it's basically accomplishing a similar purpose there and just getting rid of all that dormant grass so that the sun can get down there and cause the green shoots to pop up again. I typically have that conversation almost once a year with somebody that's moved to the south from the Midwest or something that had cool season grasses when they're asking about it being dormant and they think their lawn's dying. You know, why is my grass dead? And we have to explain the difference in dormant and dead. Another thing that I think helps me on days like this, and you can take this for whatever it's worth if you're in the lawn care business, but if I know I have a busy day lined up and I'm wanting to get all these yards done, then what I'll do is I'll do a little bit of prep the night before to get ready. So what I did, this is a Monday when I'm recording this, but I put all the lime on my truck, or at least to get the day started on Saturday. I was at home, I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and load up my truck. Also went ahead and had all those prepayment forms, and this morning before I came out here, went ahead and filled out the prepayment forms. I even took my yard signs and went ahead and put them on the stake and everything. And that's just taking care of some stuff that's gonna make me more efficient and productive during the day. Can I do that during the day while I'm working? Yes, but if I got to pull out my phone and go to the calculator and calculate what their 5% discount is going to be on their annual prepayment, you know, I'd rather just take care of all that at home. When I'm out here, I'm trying to be as focused on doing the lawn treatment as possible. One other thing I wanted to mention is look at the quality of these signs that are holding up. So this one right here has been out in the yard since the last treatment, which was probably 7 weeks ago, something like that. And this one is the brand new one. So I'm really glad I tore this one off the stake because it was left out there, and I put a fresh one on if they leave the old one up the whole time. But anyway, just really impressed with how well they're holding up. I get these from spraysigns.com. The guy's name's Chad that runs that, and he's great. It's 2:53 in the afternoon. I got 4 yards to go. I'm kind of ready to get home, so let's get them knocked out. I made it to the last yard of the day. Then we're gonna wrap up the video. I'm gonna tell you what I learned today, and hopefully it'll help you out as well. All right, got everything done, got the machine cleaned off, got it gassed back up. I like to try to get everything ready for the next day today. So when I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm not thinking gotta gas up the machine, gotta load my truck back up with lime. So I'm back to the workshop, got lime stacked all over here. There's my blower, chest mount sprayer machine, fired up, ready to go, gassed up, cleaned off. And it looks like a rain out tomorrow, so we're gonna have to pick back up the day after that, tomorrow, I guess will be an office day working on YouTube things and such as that. All right, so what we learned today? Well, I think one, the $54 tip I got, I'm so thankful that I made sure to send the customer a text message thanking him for his generosity and just letting you know that many customers are just absolutely great. And the ones that are difficult, sometimes you separate yourself because you can always replace them on your schedule, or oftentimes you can with a much better customer. The other thing I said, again, this prepping for the day will allow me to go out there and have a huge day today. I think it ended up being like 29 yards, something like that. And that was with the call I had to take with the equipment manufacturer. So a lot of good things, still home by like 3:40 or something. So I'm just telling you, it's a great business. The lime is a super fast application, right on the machine a lot of the day, a lot of small yards. Still really great business. If you want to get into it, you can go to lawncarelife.com. There's the Weed Control and Fertilization Academy. Also have the training day coming up November 29th near Birmingham, Alabama. One-day hands-on training day for a small group of people that are serious about getting into weed control and fertilization. Tickets are $297, or if you buy the Weed Control and Fertilization Academy or have bought it in the past, you can come to the training day for free. I also have the dynamic pricing charts. People have been buying that. It's basically my pricing chart. It's also made where you can adjust it for future years. If you want to increase your price, you simply change the numbers in 2 different columns. Boom, it repopulates the whole pricing chart for you. So if you need help on pricing, weed control and fertilization, or even mowing, this would be a great resource for you. It's 39 bucks. The link for that is in the description as well. One last thing I forgot to mention, I have been featured on a Lowe's digital ad. I was part of this campaign for the Lowe's Provember sale. And so I'm on the Provember ad on the Lowe's website. I also did a video for Lowe's that's both on Instagram Reels and on YouTube Shorts. So I'm gonna put the link to the YouTube short video on here. It's me with my Lowe's Provember pick of the year. So please go like that video and support that if you would. It would mean a lot to me. So I appreciate Lowe's sponsoring me for that and for you guys supporting the channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope it's been helpful. Let me hear from you in the comments, and I'm gonna head into the house and get something to drink. Bye.